All right, guys. Got Coach Mac and Riri on the microphone.
Coach, you guys, when you're a good team, you know you're going to go on a run at some point, but was it a relief when you guys finally went on that run to start the third?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. I think any win, anytime we go on a run, for me as a coach, that's what I feel, relief.
You guys have been so good at home. Were you disappointed to not give the home crowd a great game early there? And was that motivating to get you guys to come back?
Yeah, like I said, maybe a growth with for our team or our program is I thought that we played a really, a rough game today. It wasn't indicative of how I think we usually play. And you credit that to Virginia. They came out of the gates playing really hard. And for us, I think as a growth point in our program, for us to play not our best, if anything, for us to say, boy, that was a bad game and still come out with an ACC win, I think that's a lot of growth for our program. And that's something that, we haven't really been able to say in the past. I think every ACC win is a cherished thing here because it's such a great conference. So we're happy that we were able to come out with a win. And, hopefully we saved even a better game for our next game out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys about that. Virginia Tech, a good team and on the road. You feel like you guys are determined to kind of improve your status on the road?
Absolutely. I mean, our goal is to play our best, and Virginia Tech's a very, very good team, and they have a lot of weapons both inside and outside, and we're going to have to play, really well to get a win at their place, but I believe this team can do it. You got to ask Maria some questions.
I have a question for Maria. What can you say about just the toughness this team showed on the boards, especially at the end there, grabbing those last couple of defensive rebounds?
I think compared to the first half, at halftime, a switch flipped, and we realized that even though this wasn't an amazing team, they were still playing more gritty than us. So we just had to realize that we have to take a step up because at the end of the day, we still play in the ACC and it's anybody's game. So just making sure that we got on the boards, got good positioning, and just rebounding was really essential to the win that we took today.
And I think, Maria, I'm not sure how many boards did you have at halftime? 5?
4
or 5? For her to end that game with 16 rebounds, I think she really took to heart that she did have to flip that switch and really get after it. And I thought her second half was amazing and exactly the way she should play in a basketball game. She's a great player, and she really showed it there in the second half and had a lot of poise with grabbing those boards, keeping them under control because they really did collapse on her all day.
Coach, first half, the shots obviously weren't dropping, but what I was asking was free throws seemed to at least kind of provide an anchor for what you were trying to accomplish or be able to keep the points up a bit.
Right, for sure. We still didn't. I thought we shot terribly from the free throw line for us. So, that is, again, that's not – we actually shoot the ball really well from the free throw line. We've just picked games here this year that we haven't. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, and just I was asking, are there things that you can do to draw the contact or the offense isn't going, so you're going to get hit in a certain play and try to get a shot off? Are there things that just are instinctual for players to be able to do to draw a foul or to be able to draw free throws? 39 free throws is a big number.
Yeah, I think, for us in this game this evening, they just played really, really physical, and they did have just a lot of hands on us, and they were dumb. It was just a lot of fouling going on. I mean, I think there probably could have even been more fouls called. It was just one of those really ugly games on both ends because I thought we fouled way too much as well. So we really want to clean up that on our end, but on their end, I just think that we were driving and attacking some as well because we weren't hitting from the outside, although, clearly we just still kept shooting them. But we were trying to drive and try to score in different ways. And I think that's how we cleaned up on some fouls.
And Maria, the rebound side, you also had 5 blocks. That's is that a timing, just understanding when to go and get the ball and swat it, or is that just, you know, something that you know how to just watch and do?
Something like I just learned to do, like it's watching the ball, seeing like if I need to go for the block. It depends on who's driving or who's going up for the shot. So yeah, just all those things, and then over time you just learn when.
That's a difference right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that probably helps a little.
Yeah, she's got some good wingspan and good coordination in there. Good, your timing is an art, in my opinion, and I think you possess that. I saw her in high school block a shot and grab it before it would go out of bounds and kick it up the floor for like a nice outlet. So I wish I could take a lot of credit for teaching her how to block shots, but that's something that she's kind of, I think that's an instinctual thing, like point guards making great passes. Blocking shots is also pretty instinctual, and she's got that instinct. And, you know, now I think what she's doing a much better job of is moving her wall when people make moves on her instead of just committing to that first block. And I think that's helped her with her timing. But yeah.
Coach, last one for you is at the half when you're able to flip the switch, and not necessarily flip the switch, but as a coach, when you see that, I'm sure there's a part of that I know probably drove you crazy in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I continued to tell myself so I could keep myself together, because it was so bad, that we can't possibly continue to shoot this poorly and make, you know, I didn't think we made great decisions in the first half either. It was just a conundrum of bad decisions on top of bad shots, on top of defense was just okay. We didn't necessarily stick to exactly the game plan of what we wanted to in the scout. And I knew all those things couldn't continue to be that bad for 2 more quarters was what was kind of flowing through my mind. But what I love about these players is at halftime, like before I even got into the room, I could hear them kind of saying all the things that I was about to tell them, already coaching each other and kind of saying like, this is enough. Like, we've got to start playing, you know, Boston College basketball. And they were coaching themselves and saying that. So when you have a senior led team that already knows how to talk to each other like that, and you have younger players that really take that the right way, and they were fired up before I even got in there at halftime.
Yeah, that's more what I was curious about, is when you're a coach, you obviously have to balance the when things aren't going well versus the we know we can do it, and then how does that kind of translate into the messaging. But obviously, like you just said, if the seniors are giving the message, it kind of beats you to the punch a little too.
Right. I just kind of repeated what they said.
Any more questions for Coach? Maria?
Coach, I think you didn't answer my question, but I was going to say, and for you too, Maria, you're on the court when it's happening. When you get in a rut and you get, you know, block shot after turnover, after missed free throw, how do you mentally help you and your team get out of that and start looking more positively and forward?
I think that one thing like that's really important is to stay poised, because if we just let things get out of hand, it just never ends well for us. But I'm glad that we got it together the second half, and just being disciplined on defense, getting it done on offense. Even though our shots weren't falling in the first half, we still pulled out with the win. So
yeah, I think definitely basketball, like Maria said, is a game of runs, and it's really the tougher team and the more gritty team that can withstand another like the opponent's run and make sure they keep themselves together. And like she used a great word, keep us poised. And then when it's our time to go on a run, build on that. And I thought that's kind of what our third quarter was, which was really a much needed boost in this game. And by the way, your eyebrows are really nice. Great eyebrows.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.